Hello, girls and boys. How's it going? I'm very glad you're back, and it's great to have you here as well. Welcome to
Music that doesn't suck.
Music that doesn't suck. The place where we talk about music that's mostly not awful.
And also totally not rushing everything in because we were kind of delayed by technical circumstances.
That never happens.
That never happens, of course. But welcome back to the show. So today we're going to be talking about what, to be precise?
So the idea today is talking about, and even coming from our reaction that you're currently working on, musicians that for one reason or another, outside of making great music, they also seem to be very nice people.
Yeah.
And give the impression that it would be very nice to hang around with, perhaps even having a drink.
Of not of dubious quality such as this
like
one.
This one. Would
What
you like
is
to introduce us to today's mix?
Well, the idea is that, well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm running out of booze, so I came up with whatever I could, and Diego was brave enough to suggest a crazy ass concoction that he found on the internet based on cachaça.
Mm-hmm.
And cachaça is from Brazil, right?
Yeah, it's a Brazilian liquor.
He's basically speaking. What's the name of it? Well, it's just.
It's Brazilian tequila.
No, it's not tequila. It's previous. It's before tequila.
No, the thing is that
it's a particular denomination, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of like that. It's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like that. It's made out of sugar cane, right?
Yes.
So it's closer to rum.
Yeah,
But it's not
it's a completely
rum.
different thing. Yeah.
So whatever, and it's compressed to many other things that I found around. So we don't know if it's gonna be good. So Santa. I was expecting way worse.
But it's not good.
No, because I don't know what I'm looking for. The thing is that we added Amaro Montenegro, which is a beverage that I love. It's a very good liqueur.
Mm-hmm.
The blue hue, alleged blue hue that you can see through is.
Look at this.
I don't know if it's visible. No, I think it looks like us.
Yeah.
It's Azul Curaçao, which is made out of orange, hence the orange.
Mm-hmm.
And this is allegedly meant to be orange flavored.
Mm-hmm.
Could you taste the orange?
No, tiny
No.
bit.
Nothing.
I think
Because the cachaça is way too present.
I think you need a more bitter, or the equivalent to bitter that we put, which was Amaro.
Yeah. Or even more Campari. Because I went for April or whatever. No, things that the cachaça, I taste the cachaça.
Well,
And that's my issue with cachaça beverages. It only works with caipirinha. Because the cachaça is such a strong flavor, man.
but it's not as awful as expected, being very honest.
No, it's just disappointing. If that makes sense.
All right, so
Now, let's pretend that we're not having this drink.
yeah, what musician comes to mind when thinking of sharing a drink like this one, for instance?
Somebody that I hate. Let's say one of those modern rappers or something.
Would you even want to share a drink with
No,
him?
no, actually, I take that back. No. Let's go straight to the one that starts off this conversation. Rod Stewart.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, you're the one that pick him.
Yes.
So you tell me.
Because Rod Stewart, for whatever reason, seems to me to be such a nice guy. Like somebody like you will have fun just by being with him. If
Yeah.
that makes sense to you, because like having a drink, imagine hitting the pub with Rod.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a blast.
That'd be awesome, yeah.
We're freaking amazing. It's gonna have fun because his personality is that kind of is big, but not in the sense of someone like David Lee Roth, which we will talk about later, of
Yeah,
course. Yeah, because Rod Stewart feels more friendlier.
Yeah,
Get
very
me?
charismatic.
It's charismatic.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
He's short, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's that short.
Well, I'm tall. So the thing is that I'm making the comment because he feels that he's bigger.
Than he is.
Yes,
Yeah.
his personality it's larger than himself, and that's something that is not common in this day and age.
True. Yeah.
We're walking with that sense of
Yeah.
this is seriously quote, but whatever. That is not common in this day and age. But yeah, he seems to be that kind of man.
But look, even there are different kind of social scenarios or even drinking scenarios where maybe one person would fit and another wouldn't. Because you mentioned David Lee Roth as a passing comment.
But he would be a wild party.
Yeah, because that's not to sit and have a beer.
No,
It's to go kind of wild.
It's to get wasted, man.
Yeah, yeah.
It's to totally be embarrassed and sweating it the next day, the next morning. Man.
Yeah, because if it's one of those nights, probably David Lee Roth is your guy.
Yes.
But if you just chill, have a conversation, have a nice fun time, I think Rod Stewart would probably be a very good companionship.
What do you think he would drink? Besides beer, because being British, as he is.
But he looks like a kind of sophisticated guy. I think he has
whiskey.
Hmm?
Whiskey.
Probably like a whiskey-based cocktail. Let's say like an old-fashioned or something like that.
Yeah, an old-fashioned. Yeah, especially because he's right now going through this old style, everything he does, music particularly, because his recent albums have been more about bringing back the Americana era music from the 50s, big bands and stuff.
Yeah.
And he kind of nails it incredibly well, man. I would have never seen him doing that.
Yeah,
And
that's
during my review of the track, and of course I'm reacting to Do You Think I'm Crazy? I'm sexy. Yes, I'm crazy. I'm sexy. But no, look, I was correcting myself. No, his music career has been super varied across time. Many different stages and eras, if you think about it, because the sound of his music evolved with him as he aged.
Yeah, he did indeed.
In a very interesting fashion. Because this album is when everybody called him a sellout. Because he went disco, and 78 I think it was the release of the album, so it was at the very height of disco socks. So everybody hate him. Well, through the not posers, the equivalent to that in the 70s, which would have been basically everybody.
But he did it well.
No, yeah, it's a very fun track, and actually you will see my reaction to it because it's been a while since I listened to it, and I also mentioned that the track is longer than everything.
Is it?
It's almost 6 minutes in the record.
Okay.
It's because I am super familiar with the radio edit, the shorter 4 minute long. It has a fantastic instrumental section that I wasn't aware of because I always listen to that track passively because my mother loves his music and it was the usual. So I kind of got fed up with it, but it's great. Rod Stewart is a fantastic musician.
He is.
So yeah, so would you say whiskey then?
I think so. But as I mentioned, not whiskey neat, maybe a whiskey-based cocktail or something like that.
Yeah, because when it comes to sophistication, proper whiskey would be in the rocks.
I understand.
But you gotta have a very good whiskey.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think the old-fashioned makes sense, at least in my head.
No, it does, because it kind of resonates with his music nowadays.
Yeah, it does.
Makes sense.
And now somebody else. Let's see. No, whenever I think of this, of somebody that would be nice to hang around.
Wait. What would you talk about with him?
Rod Stewart.
Well, having a pint or having a drink.
Let me see.
Because in my case, I would ask him, what were you thinking?
What are you talking about?
When he moved from being rock and roll and having a band with a guitar player, Jeff Beck, and then you went from the hell happened to you? It's not that it's wrong, but I would love to know what the hell happened.
I think that phase of his career is way more successful.
No, obviously, but it's what drove him into that conclusion, because I find it very, very alluring to me. Get me?
Wow.
This is very, very damn.
Well, more than likely, money.
Yeah, but he doesn't look like the type of being driven by money, man.
But look, I don't mean that as in a sellouty.
No. I get you, like a business perspective, right? Success, using money as a measurement for success.
Yeah.
But he doesn't come across to me, at least, as someone who would be that interested. Because at that point in his career, he was already somebody.
Yeah, the thing is that
he became bigger.
Hitting harder, like, is always appealing. Becoming more successful, becoming bigger, more recognized. And once again, I don't mean this in a sellout fashion, because I think that the scope of the music that he produced on that part of his career is still within what he does naturally. I don't think he adapted his music.
No, exactly, because
to try to sell more.
Yeah, because that's why I don't necessarily, agree with the sentiment of him being just there for the money, because the music is still legitimate. The first album, I don't think it's the first album. That album I'm very familiar with, because I actually happen to like that one. Is Jumping the Atlantic or something like that. It's, I think, the first album of his whole career. It's very good.
Yeah.
It's very good because you can see plenty of moments of what would become this one. Blondes have more fun, which is the album from which this song is from.
Yeah.
You start to see some of those elements, but it's still quite rock and roll.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, this is. I can see the progression of the artist evolving and developing a new sound, especially because in that era, disco was kind of the new hot thing. It's like today would be what, trap.
Even comparing it,
No, it's kind
because
of stereotypical.
it's not like disco was the
No, disco
biggest-
sucks. Bad. Man, it's way better than the modern equivalent to it.
Yeah.
Because even disco back in that era, for as much as it was the annoying, played everywhere, super commercial stuff,
Mm-hmm.
plenty of character, man.
No, and you have plenty of acts that were good, legitimately good doing disco stuff. Think of ABBA. They have plenty of disco to their stuff.
Yeah, but that
Or Tina Turner or stuff like
yeah,
that.
but Tina Turner is cool, but she's also kind of soul.
The thing is, I'm talking. They all leaned into disco at that period in time.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
had
yeah.
disco stuff, even though they are not disco
Yeah,
artists.
because you're correct. ABBA doesn't come across as, at least in my head, they are not a disco band, but they have disco moments.
And they have always been a very legitimate
Such as
act.
Dancing Queen,
Yeah.
freaking song.
Yeah, I think it's not their worst song, but it's probably the lowest end of
Dancing Queen is good. Fernando is the one I can't stand.
the thing is that Dancing Queen is so overplayed. It's even more overplayed than Fernando.
Yeah, but Fernando is annoying.
Yeah, it is.
It is super annoying. And if your mom played Fernando to death when you were a kid, let us know, because I think every single one of us had to deal with it.
That's a constant. Yeah,
It is, right?
It
That
is.
freaking song, like, no, man. And I don't want to think of you being, no.
It's part of the reason why I hate ABBA, even though ABBA is great.
Do you hate ABBA?
I hate ABBA because it's way too much overexposition.
Steven Wilson is disappointing at you.
The thing is, I don't think ABBA is a bad band. Big distinction. I hate ABBA. Different. I hate it for very personal reasons, not because
Okay.
they suck. They're actually great.
Yeah.
But I've been annoyed by them
Besieged?
that often that I can't be objective about them.
I got you.
Objectively speaking, they're good, but
Yeah.
unobjectively speaking, they are annoying.
Yeah, you're up to here with them.
Yeah.
So, would you have a drink with them?
With ABBA? Nah.
The chicks were kind of hot.
Yeah, but there are less annoying hot chicks around.
Yeah.
Look, would you have a drink with Stevie Nicks?
Yes, of course. Prime
Why
Stevie
would-
Nicks,
why
yes.
wouldn't
of course,
you?
Of course, yes, of course, I would. Would.
The thing is, look, I think she's to some degree different measures, but she's the female equivalent to David Lee Roth. I think it's also for a
No,
party for going
No,
crazy.
I would be afraid of my the sanctity of my soul.
Yeah, the next day.
Yeah, for the next day. Yeah, because I don't know why she gives me the impression that back in the day she was not only wild, she was crazy wild.
Yeah, I imagine
Like
so. as well.
unruly, kind of everywhere, man.
Yeah. So once again, if it is one of those nights, I think it will be great. Well, a great night to be had.
Yes.
But
Damn.
it's not for easygoing night out.
Oh man. No. And I'm too old for the shit. Yeah, but yeah. Yeah, actually, but stupidity aside, I think having a conversation with her in that period of her life would have been interesting as well. Because going through all of the turmoil that was Fleetwood Mac, the rapid and intense success, the commotion behind the doors, and the relationships between everybody, like what a mess.
But look, even though
That's why you don't have girls in your band then.
look, I would actually feel more inclined to have a conversation with her now.
From our reflective
Yeah.
perspective.
Wood aspect aside, just for the sake of actually, because now she actually feels a lot more mature. She is a lot more
she is,
mature,
she is.
and she has lived through a lot.
She looks like a wise lady.
Yeah, and inside and then outside of the realm of music, and I actually think that a conversation with her now would have quite a lot to offer in the sense of.
It could be deep.
Yeah, it could. It could be very interesting.
Very deep and introspective. Yeah, I would love much more a conversation with her as it is right now than back in the day. The thing is that back in the day, wood factor aside, also that fire, man.
Yeah,
That's
that's true.
also very well because I like that in a woman, man. But it's kind of alluring to me. Like very, very, very attractive. Get me? Besides the wood,
Besides it,
but it makes it even more wood-like. Yeah, what would you think she would drink?
something that you can drink a lot of.
Wine.
Let me see. She wouldn't be afraid of a hard drink.
Yeah,
but it will be something probably tasty.
yeah, like something like vodka, which is disguised by everything else.
Yeah, what's the name of that? It's not margarita. The one that's vodka based.
Screwdriver.
No. I'm trying to remember the one that's super masked the smell, but it's actually a very punchy drink.
Oh, I know which one. I know which one we're talking to.
That has a very the name feels very
Russian Mule.
I'm gonna remember
Moscow
later on
Mule.
because it's one that has quite a lot of alcohol, but it tastes nothing of alcohol.
Yeah, you don't realize that you're getting super wasted with.
Yeah, because I think something like that, because she wouldn't avoid hard liquor,
Yeah.
but I think she would go for something that tastes good.
Yes. Good point. Yeah, good point. Yeah, but now moving over to someone else. Let's go for something more beer-like.
Look, every time that I think of someone that would be cool to hang out with, I always think of Nico
McBride.
McBride
Of
from
course.
Iron Maiden.
Yes.
Of course, anybody from Iron Maiden, but honestly, Nico has that personality that he just...
But would you?
He seems like the kind of guy that will be having fun just by being next to him.
Yeah. He seems to be an awesome dude, man.
Yeah.
He seems to be a genuine good guy.
And I think he's the kind of guy that you have a beer with.
Yeah. You drink beer with them. You don't drink liquor with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would love to have a conversation with Bruce, being frank, because he seems to be very intelligent, and you could have a proper, deep, insightful conversation with him,
Yeah.
especially Egypt.
The thing that, look, hanging around Bruce feels like I'm leading more to meaningful, deeper conversations.
Like the
Hanging
wise,
around Nico, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
And depending on your mood, you might go in either direction.
Yeah, the thing is that I don't know what to think about them as a band, because they, well, it's very interesting to think of them right now, because you can still see the working class in them, and I say that with actual praise.
With a lot of respect.
Yeah, because it's actually nice that they are super down to earth. It's one of those things that you need to live through. It's the good stuff that you learn when you grow up in not the best of environments. It's the good actual valuable lessons that you learn that make you turn you into much better and to much better person.
Yeah.
And they still have that. At least in my opinion, you can see it whenever they're performing, because they are always presenting themselves in such an easy way. And I can imagine that having a conversation with them like that would be fantastic.
Yeah, and look, they have that feel, or at least they give that impression that if you hang around them, it will feel like hanging around
With
regular
all
people.
friends, yes.
Like, because there are certain artists that you can't imagine being next to them without being in awe. Like, once again, David Lee Roth. I don't think you could be sitting by the side of David Lee Roth.
I wouldn't pick David Lee Roth, but I would pick Peter Gabriel.
Yeah.
Because he's much more of a larger-than-life creature than David Lee Roth, like a beast.
Yeah.
It's like, let's party, yeah. It's more like that, man. It's like the rich kid with a fun rich kid, man.
Yeah.
But in contrast to Peter Gabriel, I think he's more like a damn.
Yeah.
Peter Gabriel.
But look, all the guys from Iron Maiden, you can imagine yourself sitting next to them and actually...
Yeah, by the bar at the pub.
Yeah.
Just having a pint and everybody just having fun.
Which I imagine they still do.
Yeah.
Then probably you can just hang around. If you go to the right pubs, you might meet them there.
Yes, and chances are that you might not even realize that it's those guys.
Well, possibly.
Possibly.
Don't think so, but...
Well, what I mean is that they have this low profile to them that allows them to mix and merge between the rest of the people, man.
I think that at the same time they're way too big now.
Yeah, dude, but for example, have you seen those videos of William Dafoe walking by on the streets?
Yeah.
And people asking him, I saw a video of him walking on New York City, and a guy is asking them about their outfits, and he's just like, well, I'm wearing jeans and like that, and the guy didn't realize that it was William Dafoe.
Yeah.
That's her, and people walking by, like one of them, just a lady realized, well, have I seen you somewhere? And William Dafoe grins horribly as he usually does.
Yeah, that kind of...
Oh yes, you're the Spider-Man guy, yeah. But until then, and then the guy should have lost his that. I think they have that. There's also another video of Henry Cavill, man, when they released the freaking Superman movie. He was outside of the theater when they premiered Superman. Nobody realized it was him.
For real?
Yeah, he was queuing in.
I think that he's super recognizable.
The thing is that when you are in the crowd, you don't expect somebody big to be there, man. and something switches off in your brain that stops you from realizing, or maybe is the alluring aspect of the stage and the positioning of those individuals and how they look when they're presented to you on TV or on a screen, and you create the rest in your head, man. Because in reality they're just dudes, man. Yeah. And in a regular dude environment, they're just dudes. So it could happen, man.
Yeah.
And that makes you think how many times you have been walking by, maybe rubbing shoulders with somebody that you respect and you didn't realize that the guy was beside you.
Yeah, the possibility is there.
Yeah, if you live in the right cities, chances are it happened several times.
Now that you mentioned this, on the other end of the spectrum, who do you think it would be very hard to sit and have this kind of phenomenon of having a very down-to-earth person that...
Roger Waters. Roger Waters.
It will be hard.
Super hard. Because even though Peter Gabriel has that kind of... if you look at him right now, he always looked regular as F. But there is something about him. But Roger Waters, he knows, he acts, behaves, and is. So I think he will like, yes, I'm Roger Waters. What do you want? The whole time. And I have met the guy, but I don't know what kind of interaction I could have with him.
Yeah.
Because he's intelligent. He knows. And he has plenty to say. Sometimes way more than he should. Or ever wished. Or any of his fans ever wished for him to say. But he's outspoken. He kind of gives impression. Again, it might be just the stage persona, the way he portrays himself for the fans, or to the fans. It gives me the impression of him being kind of a prick.
It does give that impression.
Pricky, douchey personality, kind of know-it-all, and when he drops the ball, never takes it back and stuff. Get me?
Yeah.
But it might be just the persona that he's playing, the character of Roger Waters.
Because whenever you're talking about a public person, that can always be a factor.
Yes.
But because, for instance, I feel like that about Prince. But I don't know.
Do you think?
I do think so, but I think as well it might be more considering his character, the character of Prince, rather than Prince as a person.
Maybe because when it comes to Prince, in my mind, I think of Prince the guy, not the artist. I don't know why. It gives probably because I happen to be a huge fan of his work ethic and how serious he took music making and everything about it. And I've had plenty of resonance with that sentiment and the way he sees the craft. So probably I have that particular connection that stops me from being driven away by the gigantic thing that he ever did.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you remove everything that I just said, he looks like a twat, man. He's like, no man, terrible, man.
But once again, it truly is one of the instances where I don't know how much is the character being portrayed for media.
In my head, is just the character.
Yeah, the thing is that more than likely, and once again, this is all speculation here, the character is an extrapolated version of who he actually is.
Yes.
Because I don't think he's actually playing a character as in faking everything.
But I get you. But for example, think of that moment in which he played the guitar with the rest of the guitar players when they covered the Beatles.
Yeah, the My Guitar Gently Weeps.
Great song, by the way.
A fantastic performance by him.
That's a great performance.
Yeah.
He looks powerful, but not in a pedantic way. Like, look, I have everything under control.
Yeah.
I'm right now the one leading the way.
Yeah.
And that's something badass. But it doesn't come across as pedantic or annoying as you usually think of him.
Yeah.
Like, probably because of the music videos, man.
Yeah.
He been such a huge personality back in the early 90s, late 80s.
Yeah.
And having videos in which he looked like a total prick.
Yeah.
Probably cemented that image of him. Also in his shows, that's the thing. When you see him perform live, he turns into that guy with the guitar. A totally different beast. It would have been amazing having a drink with him, actually. Fascinating.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that I truly feel that he's larger than life. He has that presence that is gigantic.
And he's also short.
Yeah, he's also short. But I don't know if he would be down to earth as a regular person, or he would still have this kind of
Right.
magnitude even outside of the
But that's
the public persona.
Get you, but it's not that kind of magnitude that they look down on you. In his case, it's like I have become this good. If that makes sense, it's like I'm proud of who I am,
Yeah, acknowledging
his own
Yeah.
success, and that's something that we should all aspire for. Being very frank, because regardless of how much we have succeeded in life at any given point in time, you should feel proud of at least at a moment or two in which you did the right thing,
yeah.
and that should be part of your of the way you present yourself every single day, because that makes you feel bigger. People perceive you as bigger, and life starts to turn around. Believe it or not, if you think of yourself being a loser, loser is what you are.
Yeah. Look at that, remarkably deep for a conversation
For a very lackluster drink.
Nice.
I mean, it's
No.
super. No, but it's lackluster.
The thing is that I think it's too sweet because cachaça is sweet. and
Yeah,
I
that
think
meant when you read the recipe, like, nah.
it needed more bitter. I think we should have gone with more amaro. But regardless, any other pick? Anybody else comes to mind that would like to have a proper drink with?
Proper drink with.
Not this.
Talking about Pink Floyd, would you drink with David Gilmour?
Yes, I think David Gilmour, the way you described, for instance, having a conversation with Bruce.
I think it happens the same with him, right?
Yeah, I don't think he would be an over-the-top guy. He seems to be very down to earth. He seems to be very intelligent. I think that's actually a given his
Yeah.
music and everything.
In my mind, it would be like talking to Gandalf.
Something
me?
like that. Yeah.
Get me?
Yeah.
Like, this is the wise, super experienced guy who is now playing the role of the mentor. He's no longer.
Yeah. But I don't think he would be an asshole about it. I think he would
No.
recognize that, okay, I got here,
Yeah.
but I respect the fact that you're willing to share on my experience.
Yeah. The thing is that he seems to be a very tough cookie to crack.
Perhaps, yeah.
Because he seems to be very reserved. He's not necessarily a good speaker. Because the very few times that I have seen him talking to an audience or even in interviews, he's terribly bad. He's like very shy.
Yeah, he seems like the kind of person that only has a very few selected amount of people that he actually interacts to the
Properly.
fullest.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he's very introspective.
introspective and reserved. Because maybe that's the reason why he's very good with his guitar.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the reason why his guitar is so expressive.
Yeah.
Because it actually maybe he's compensating the lack of communication skills.
Yeah, but even his guitar playing and his music is also introspective on the most part.
Yeah. So yeah.
Expressive but introspective.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Yeah, it's something that I don't know if it would be an easy conversation to have.
Mm-hmm.
Because Peter Gabriel, he will talk, full on. He loves to talk. He loves to talk, but it would be very an in-depth conversation. And don't know why, but probably because I have the image of him in my head. Because I recently watched a video from SSL, the people who makes the consoles that I love, for mixing, of course, and everything else. And he was giving a speech during the introduction of the newest, flashiest, and super expensive new console that everybody's like, I wanna get one.
But who can justify it?
Just the problem is the justification of the price, man. That's the freaking problem. So, but he was talking to the audience because he, during a period of his life, he actually owned a part of the company. And when he was describing his experiences and stuff with the console and how he decided to join or buy some shares of the company when they were going through a very tumultuous period, he did it out of his respect for somebody who's pushing technology forward, because he's someone who, to quote and paraphrase better, he considers himself someone who likes to take advantage of technology to push ideas forward. It is thanks to technology that his music evolved, and his music evolved out of technology. It's not that technology is the one writing music. It's more like, okay, this is a new tool. Let's see what I can do with it, and I'll eventually find something that is good. And SSL is a company that is renowned for being
at the forefront
at
of
the
that.
forefront in many areas when it comes to developing recording studio technology. So that in my head makes the conversation with him being quite interesting, because I would love to know what he thinks about AI.
Yeah,
For example,
true.
getting or automation, all of that stuff that you might be thinking is not that necessarily speaking correlated to music, but it is in more ways than you think.
Yeah.
From the guitar modelers that we use nowadays, well, you don't know what. For those of you who are not musicians, it's basically speaking replacing the use of amplifiers. I have amplifiers, that's why I'm pointing over. But it's replacing the use of amplifiers on stage, and they sound super good to the point of it being almost like, why would I carry an amplifier? Exactly. And it works, and they sound like that because AI is involved in the development of the sound. I'm not gonna go deep into the rabbit hole because it's dense, but it is involved in that. So you can see that it's changing the way music is being created. So I would love to hear his opinion regarding that, because he is at the forefront of it. He's always been.
Yeah, that's true.
And somebody who has been at different stages of the push forward when it comes to the creation of music through the use of technology.
Yeah.
He has seen all of the different pushes.
Yeah.
From the implementation of drum machines and synthesizers, and I have them all. That's my point. Think of the Monkey. That's full-on electric drum machines and synthesizers galore and everything.
Yeah.
He was one of the very first to embrace it and make it rock and roll.
It's true. Yeah. The thing about him is that he has this kind of aura of excellentism, which is even reflected in the way that you portrayed his use of technology. And anything that comes up, he tries.
He becomes a master of it.
Yeah, he tries to get the most he possibly can out of that.
Yeah.
So I think he's the kind of guy that you can learn a lot from. You can learn a lot from a guy like him.
And also, I would love to know. No, I wouldn't ask that the question. Why you left Genesis? No, that would be a low punch.
Yeah.
But no, it would be more like what do you think is the difference between Peter Gabriel's music and Peter Gabriel in Genesis as a musician? Ignoring the drama, ignoring the problems. No. The musical pursuit. That would be a very interesting question.
That could be interesting.
I would love to ask him.
Yeah, that could be a very interesting discussion starting from that.
And having a drink is the kind of actual level of sincerity that is not personal, because I'm not going straight to the problems. No, it's now from a musician asking another musician what. And probably not even the musician per se. It's more about somebody who has lived like 5 times my life. No, I wouldn't say that, but probably like one and a half my lifetimes. And just by age alone, I would love to see the retrospect, because he has changed as of course, as every single one of us changes through time.
Yeah.
I would love to hear what his in which point his mind is.
And look, on the case now, going over that question and trying to speculate on something like the answer. Even though Genesis music was awesome, very expensive, very prolific, I still think that he was kind of being held back by Genesis.
Creatively speaking, maybe.
Creatively speaking, not in the musical sense.
Yeah, because if we are honest, Genesis is the better proposition, musically speaking.
Yeah, but the thing is that he as a person is more than Genesis, and I think he needed this.
Right?
Yeah, I think he needed the space to explore other aspects of his music creation. Not because Genesis he's better than Genesis.
No.
It's because I think he's broader than Genesis.
Yeah, I get you, and it's a good way to describe it, because I think his solo career has plenty of huge successes, but plenty of blunders, because it's the nature of being explorative.
Yeah, and his solo career went many places.
Yeah,
many places musically speaking.
Most of the time landing correctly.
Yeah,
I think he's a much more precise musician than David Bowie, for example.
Yeah, which was also very keen on exploration, but
yeah, but he was more there, even more.
Yeah, and failed more often.
Yeah, speaking of which, of course, David Bowie.
That'll be.
I would love to have a drink with him.
He seems to be such an interesting guy.
Damn.
Such an interesting guy.
I don't even know what kind of conversation I could have with him.
But he seemed like the kind of person that you could talk about anything.
Yeah, but
something going from something extremely deep,
and something very mundane.
Or also going deep into something extremely mundane.
Yes.
You know, like
from the depth of the yes.
Yeah.
Because he was that. Yeah. Of course, I would have loved to have a drink with him.
Yeah, that would be actually very interesting.
Yeah, one of those conversations that changes your life to a certain degree, right?
Yeah, and also he's the kind of guy I think it would be very, very different having a conversation with him at different points of his life and career.
Because he gives the impression that he was truly a different person.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
not that he was playing a character, he truly changed.
Yeah, because I think his characters were because he has plenty of characters
Yeah.
throughout his
Yeah,
his musical career,
Yeah.
and I think they were reflections of his point in time, of his point of maturity, his point of understanding of life at that point in time, and you see that these changes are dramatic.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, but I think I would have loved to talk to him later, after he had everything in order. You know which one? Zoolander, David Bowie.
Okay,
That's one.
but that's already after he brought himself up from the depths, right?
He was enjoying life for the first time.
Yeah.
That's why I would like to talk to that version of him.
Because he had gone through everything.
Yeah.
The greatest and the worst.
Yeah, but that's the point in which I think he already finally got his life in order. He already got married. His son was already Duncan growing and stuff. So everything was proper, man. It wasn't a mess as the rest of his earlier life.
Yeah.
So I would have loved to have a beer with him in that point. And I would go for something, nothing fancy, a beer, like
Yeah.
the most sincere, like straight to the point, like
Yeah.
like man to man, like that kind of conversation. Because I would love to learn from him, because I see him as someone who, after all of the turmoil, developed actual wisdom.
Yeah, I agree with
Get
that.
me?
Yeah.
It's the kind of conversation I would love to have, to learn and to grow as a man, if you get me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he gave me that impression, particularly from that point onwards. From there onwards, no problem. It's just that particular moment, because earlier he was a mess,
Yeah.
and I think it would have dragged you down to his insanity.
Potentially, yeah.
Get me? I have no means to, of course. This is pure speculation.
Yeah. The interactive conversation is just.
But it's coming from somebody who considers himself a fan and have huge respect for the guy.
You know someone that I have quite a lot of respect for, but I probably wouldn't enjoy having a drink with? Steven Wilson. Yeah, I think he's kind of a prick, isn't he? Like,
I don't know, man. Look, I don't think he even drinks. To begin with, for real.
Yeah, it starts there. What do you think?
I think he plays a character, man.
You think so?
I think he's half what you see.
Because look, the way he comes across to me is somebody that has a very large opinion about himself.
About everything, man.
Yeah.
Not just himself. So
To some degree, he deserves. I have quite a lot of respect for him as an artist. He's fantastic.
I get you,
But there's a limit.
if you had the chance to pick somebody else, you would avoid him.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think so, man. I think I would have a good conversation with him. I even think that we can become friends. Because probably we're equally pricks.
Gonna be matched in
like yeah, respect, kudos to your prickness.
No, because he's clearly a very intelligent guy as well.
Yeah.
I think he has a lot to say and a lot that would be worth hearing. But I don't think he would be chill.
But
I think he would be a little bit of an asshole.
But maybe it's because I'm, once again, the same what happens with me and Prince and Peter Gabriel is because I'm a nerd on the whole thing with the studio.
Yeah.
Look, have you tried this? No. Let me see. We will be sharing tricks.
Okay.
That's more, and that's how we could become friends. More about the, rather than no, because I don't see myself arguing with him. It's more about going nerdy with. Have you tried this? No. Let me see. Oh yeah.
Okay, I get you.
Get me?
Yeah, from that side, it would probably make a lot more sense. But honestly, I still feel that you'll be a hard time having a level conversation.
Well, it's already a hard time having a long conversation with me, so that's why I also think.
Give me a second.
Bruh. Yeah, I earned it. Whatever you did, I thought I got it. Talking about being a prick.
Look, if I had to pick someone out of Porcupine Tree, I would go with Gavin.
Everybody picks Gavin, man.
Of course, because he actually seems to be well balanced in between being a very intelligent guy, a very skilled, talented individual.
Yeah.
But he does seem to be down to earth.
Yeah, he seems that he will drink a pint.
Yeah, I think it would be a nice guy to share a pint with.
Yeah.
Well, each with his own pint, of course.
Yes, of course. What are you? So yeah, and let's bring finally David Lee Roth, because we have just dropped his name.
Okay. So what do you think?
I think it would be amazing.
Mhm.
That goddamn party.
Yeah.
One to be remembered. One that you
Yeah.
like. The next morning
Yeah.
you wake up somewhere,
In a
and
different
they
country.
and they be like, ready for the next round? Damn. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it does seem like
I
that.
wanna be, but you
A la a hangover.
kinda, yeah. I even I only watched the first movie once, man.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was watching the movie, I imagine Van Halen living like that.
But don't you think now? Once again, coming back
Romanticization.
to the romanticization and
Well,
the portrayal.
The thing is that there are several stories regarding David Lee Roth and Iron Man, coming from sources not him, not being him.
Yeah.
There was one that I think is retold by Axel. I think I told you that one before.
Yeah,
Axl
yeah.
Rose from
Guns N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
It was Axel, Sebastian Bach from Skid Row, and David Lee Roth hitting a bar. For real, it sounds like a joke, but
Yeah, the beginning of a very cheesy joke.
yeah, it actually happened. And the thing is that I don't remember who was there first, and one of them introduces Axel to Davey, and because it was at the very point in which Guns N' Roses was already racing to the stratospheric
Yeah.
fame. And Davey Lee Roth was already kind of in the mood, so he said, "So somebody says that you are the one who is here to take over my throne or something, as being the top lead singer of the biggest rock band at the moment, right?"
Yeah.
And Axel being Axel, you can imagine what kind of reaction he had. So, long story short, next morning, some form of a fight began. Nothing physical, just like an argument.
Yeah.
And next morning, according to Sebastian Bach, he got a letter, handwritten letter from Davey, saying that, "I'm sorry, I did something very bad," asking for
Yeah.
forgiveness. And he called Axel. Dude, I got the same. Like, man, he's a badass. That's good. That's nice.
Look,
Because
look,
the whole
look.
thing. Look, every single one of us can be tipsy, and you can be going through a bad moment, and sometimes that pushes you into doing stupid antics, right? That's totally incorrect, and it's not me condoning it. But what makes this whole story important is the fact that he was super quick to recognize I did something very bad, and he asked. He went through the humiliation of asking for forgiveness,
Yeah.
and doing it like a proper gentleman,
Yeah.
because it's easy to call, but handwritten,
Yeah.
providing and leaving evidence that
Yeah.
yes, I'm sorry. Damn.
I respect that, but look, and once again, it's speculation alone. What that kind of shows is that even though I respect quite a lot his actions, of him being conscious, aware, and sober the next day, he probably makes the point that he's a very different person
Yeah.
when he's sober, conscious, and aware
Well,
from when he's during those stages.
well, you know the album by Van Halen, the one called 1984.
I heard of it passingly.
That one. If I recall correctly, when they recorded that album in the first studio that Eddie Van Halen created for himself, because he wanted to. Well, I want to learn.
Yeah.
So he decided to build his own studio back in the 80s. Remember? No, it was a fortune.
Yeah.
It was a fortune.
Yeah.
And the whole process, the recording process, got halted because David Lee Roth was still crossing Panama by foot. Yeah, they got Range Rovers and stuff. They're doing the stunt.
Yeah.
Like that, like, come on, Dave, give me a break. Like that. So I can see myself, if in my party with him next morning, where the hell are we? We're flying to Panama, man. We're gonna cross the whole thing. Damn!
See that he has that aura of being way too intense on everything.
But, you
there's
know-
no chill, there's no middle ground.
No.
Everything is gonna be cranked up to 11.
But think about this. You're gonna die. At least enjoy and not enjoying an hedonistic fashion, because that was his downfall.
Yeah,
That's something that there's a lesson to be learned. But, for example, what's wrong with crossing Panama? That's awesome. That's an adventure, man.
Yeah.
That's a total adventure.
Yeah.
Something that, yes, I would love to do, being frank. Not that in particular, but the attitude, the driving force behind that action is what, damn. Because if you're going to die, it's the whole thing with the memento mori, man.
Yeah.
Remember, you're going to die, so do something good out of it, man.
Yeah.
Take advantage of the miracle of life and do be part of greatness. And in mind being somebody I'm David Roth. I'm part of Van Halen, not for long, but I am. And we have released these albums. That's me singing, allegedly. No, allegedly, no, it's him, but it's singing is the allegedly part. It's me. Damn.
Yeah.
And then what else can I do? Crossing the jungle.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was Panama, I might be incorrect, but he was crossing the jungle somewhere in South America.
Yeah.
So it could be basically the entire subcontinent. All right, come on, man, I'm right. The only part that is not jungle-like is what? The tops of the Andes, Chile, and Argentina. The rest is jungle.
Come on, man.
Like, how big is the freaking Amazonia?
How big is the freaking continent?
It's bigger than most countries in the world, Amazonia alone. So yes.
Regardless.
Everything's jungle down there.
Look, now we're getting to final picks.
Yes.
If you had to pick one, like you only have you're visited by a genie and not one of the OG ones that are gonna f you up.
Yes.
No, a romanticized genie.
Yeah.
That's actually gonna grant you your wish.
A voiceover by Robbie Williams.
Yes. Who would you like to sit to have?
Evie Mosin.
For real?
Yes.
You truly go for pricks.
That's who I am. You were like, I can say you're a prick. Yes, I can say same. Respect.
So elaborate, Yngwie Malmsteen. For those who doesn't know, introduce them to the people.
Il Maestro, first and foremost, one of the most influential and controversial guitar players in history. He's incredibly talented, beyond belief, being frank. And this is not being a fanboy. This is actually a damn, it's way too good.
Yeah.
It makes you feel ashamed of how bad you played when compared to him. The thing is that he's also very prone of being that good that he loses control over his amazing skills. And he has developed a bad rep that I can't deny that is earned to a certain degree of being self-indulgent. So he sometimes goes to places in which there's way too much. And his pedantic, pricky antics on and off the stage doesn't help either. So he's kind of like, damn, I want to punch that guy in the face, but I can't because he has a point. Guys, me? He's that freaking good that I can't stand him.
Because you don't want to agree with him, but you can't deny him.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I hate him, but he's right. What he says is correct. Like, damn, Jimmy Mosin. Yeah, and I would love to have I think I would drink whiskey with him. Yeah, like on the rocks.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't look like the kind of... Oh, maybe beer as well, but whiskey is more of, in my head, kind. And the conversation I would have about wouldn't be about guitars. I would avoid guitars 100%. Because I would like to know how he developed this drive for excellence. Because you don't reach that level of being this freaking good by accident. It's him.
True.
It's sheer might. It's sheer dedication. There is some fireman that pushes you, and in this case him, to become this good.
That's true.
You see dedication because he's also his own luthier. He works on his guitars by himself.
He's clearly not an average person.
No. He was meant to play guitar, man. And I will love to ask him that. Have a conversation of that because I see him as a very inspiring individual. If you truly give the man the chance to speak, man, because when he speaks, and you learn to decipher the prickiness, like he's goddamn right.
Yeah.
In everything.
And even the cockiness, you gotta acknowledge that.
And you need it, man.
Yeah.
You need it, man, because there is this interview, the one where he says, when I began doing my solo career, The producer told me, man, remember that less is more, not more. How does that make any sense? More is more. You are right. Because you're trying to stop me from doing what I do best. That's not gonna help. So I ignore him. And look at me now. Boom.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You are right. So another question that I would ask is how to learn to follow your instincts. Because he's kind of like that.
Yeah.
He has that. He's successful, man, and he developed this freakiness around him because of how well he understands what he feels. I'm going a little bit more paranormal on you, but it's like his third eye. He's kind of probably unaware of it, but he's very good at understanding what the surroundings and the more deeper meanings of many things around him. Actually, man. Get me?
Yeah.
It's my impression, but maybe it's still fanboy in me, but no, but all jokes aside, yes.
There are reasons to think that.
Yes,
It's
yeah,
not,
because you have seen him swing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not incorrect. There is
Yeah.
something about it. Yes. What will your pick?
Let me see. I think I would love to have a conversation.
Ronnie James Dio?
It's a great pick, but it's not mine.
Okay.
If I had to pick one, I would love to have a conversation with Neil Pearce.
Oh yeah.
Because
Yeah, good pick as well. Yeah, good pick as well.
I think Neo, unlike Momsing,
He's the total opposite.
but at the same
time wise.
as excellent
Yeah.
in his own pursuit, their own career, as he was, or getting to that point, which is the differences are meaningless.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he does give me the impression of being a very chill, down to earth guy, very intelligent, very very intelligent, and he shows even his drumming.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't talk to him about drums.
No,
the
no.
thing that you put,
There is no point.
why would I?
That's a wasted opportunity, man.
Yeah, but the thing is that I think it would be a great person to talk about life itself, like anything.
Yeah, good pick. Good pick.
I think he would, and he feels like the kind of person who would be open for a good conversation. Because even though he is, as an instrumentalist, larger than life, he also at the same time feels very approachable.
Just a dude.
Just a dude. I think he's the kind of guy you can actually have a beer with without issues, or you could at the time.
Yeah.
May he rest in peace.
Honorable mention, David Corder.
What do you think about him?
Fun,
Yeah.
but with class. And
Yeah.
raunchy. But fun.
You know what? I think in his, once again, just speculation, the mind canon, kind of at best,
Yes.
he seems to be dropping kind of dirty jokes all the time.
Yeah.
I think he will be laughing the entire life.
Yeah, he seems to be very, very funny, but in a very inappropriate way.
Yeah.
Like, he seems to be extremely fun.
Yeah.
And
we all have a friend like that knows how to make
Oh,
grouchy
the
jokes.
worst of the worst, the worst of the worst is...
Which, if you try to do it, it will be grouchy.
Yeah.
But him doing it is fun.
Yeah, because if I do it, I go to jail. When he does it, it's funny.
It's funny.
Yeah. Yeah,
He
maybe-
seems like that
yeah,
kind of
he
guy.
has that vibe, right?
Yeah.
But with some form of refinement, because
Yeah.
he looks like a gentleman, but a dirty one.
I don't know. I think the refinement is part of the persona. I think.
No, man.
I don't know. I think he
No,
will
no,
be
no.
very grouchy.
No, look. I think it's the right balance. I think it's the right balance. That's what makes him such a character, man. Because he has equal amounts of both. And he knows how to behave on both in equal measure, man. That's why White Snake is what White the Snake is.
Yeah, because basically that a half measure of dirty.
A stupidly low brow,
dirty stuff.
innuendos, and goddamn
Sophistication.
sophistication. So that guy would be fun.
Yeah.
Would be a great, and you would be drinking, of course, wine. so you would be like, yeah.
Yeah, that'll make for a very fun night
It
actually.
would be freaking amazing. I would love to have have dinner with them.
Yeah, because I think that's an important honorable mention to make because it needs to be part of this conversation. Yeah.
Dio would be drinking Dio.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, Kenneth Pop. A very down-to-earth conversation.
Yeah. I think he's, even though once again the persona is larger than life, but he seems like an approachable guy.
Full on.
Yeah.
Full on. And it would be like a nice parent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with that being said, next song, because we don't even know if we're live.
Yeah, more than likely we were, but well.
Forever. Still have me. So yeah.
We do this on a weekly basis, and we invite you to join us here. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell. You will be notified whenever we do this again.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. But yeah, And if you want to support us, leave a like on the video. YouTube loves when you tickle their dingle.
It's tingle.
Yes, and you can also join us on the Discord, which is the.
Are you assuming that it's a they them?
Huh?
Are you assuming that YouTube is the they them?
I suppose.
It is an it's, isn't it? Whatever.
Regardless.
So with that being said, thanks for everything for watching. The only thing left to remember is that you should never let anybody tell you what to remember. Remember that we will see you when we see you.